is no shortage of amazing cafes here in Paris. You can find from very traditional, old-style French cafes to sort of like more modern, trendy and cool cafes as well. And they are easily available in basically every district here in the city. So if you would ask me, if you're coming to Paris for the first time and you want to experience French cafe life, Starbucks would not be my first recommendation, to be honest. But, and there is a big but, in case you're looking for a place with free Wi-Fi, where you can charge your phone and you can work on your laptop for hours without feeling guilty, but you still want to feel that Parisian opulence, I think Starbucks is the place to go. I've been to a couple of Starbucks in different parts of the world, but so far the most impressive to me was definitely the one in Shanghai. The Starbucks in Shanghai is definitely very impressive. It's the second biggest Starbucks in the world. But I think the most beautiful Starbucks I've ever seen is here in Paris. I've been there quickly a long time ago and I remember the place was very beautiful. But this was years ago and I don't even remember what kind of stuff they serve there anymore. So I'm wondering, will the prices be the same as other Starbucks chains in the world? Do they have any sort of special drinks or foods that you cannot find anywhere in the world? Is the quality of the Starbucks coffee here any better than in other parts of the world? So let's find out. So the Starbucks is here located at the Boulevard de Capucine. I don't know how you spell that, but it sounds cool. Right there is the Place Vendôme, one of the most famous squares here in Paris. And right here is the Palais Garnier. And the Palais Garnier is this Italian-style opera house that was built in the 19th century. It's one of the most recognizable and photographed buildings in Paris. I wonder if their pastries are going to be any good. And by the way, I actually have a video here on my channel where I try different types of French pastries. You should definitely check that out. I'm going to leave the link up here so you can check that afterwards. Well, on the outside, the Starbucks looks very unassuming, nothing special. So let's see what it looks like on the inside. I see they have many seats. I see a lot of charging stations and some comfortable chairs as well. Ooh, beautiful mirrors. But let's have a look at the assortment. Let's see if we can find something very unique here that we cannot find in other parts of the world, for example. Well, if you're coming from the United States, the prices here will probably be 1 or 2 euros more expensive than what you're used to. I mean, for me, the prices here are quite normal. It's the average price that you can usually find in Europe. It doesn't matter in which country you are. Okay, in terms of food, you see here sandwiches, focaccia, wrap, croissant buns. You can also order a menu for 10.95 euros. These are the usual muffins and donuts you can find anywhere. Barbecue vegan sandwich, tomato mozzarella sandwich for 5.95 euros. Okay, I see something typical French here, which is the brioche façon pain perdu. I also see here some croque. They have these steamed cups with typical French landscapes. You can find here some of the French countryside, some of the beautiful castles, wine and cheese, of course. These are 15.90 euros. They also have these ones, which are Paris themed. These ones as well. Actually, these ones look even more interesting. They're sort of like black and white with the little Paris Metro, the Starbucks logo. Some of the most famous Paris landmarks: Notre Dame, Arc de Triomphe, Eiffel Tower, you know, the usual. And also the opera that we just saw right now. And this costs the same price. They even have one for espresso shots for $8.98. There's also the Paris tumbler, France tumbler, the usual Starbucks tumblers. I'm not sure if these designs are specific from here or if you can find them anywhere. By the looks of it, I think they can be found anywhere. This one has an interesting design as well. The usual branded coffee pads and coffee beans. Oh, these ones are quite beautiful actually. $22.95. I'm just not a fan of these brands logos, but the bottle itself is quite beautiful. So I managed to find a seat for myself here in the corner. Since they didn't have any sort of like specific French drinks in this Starbucks, I ordered one of the Starbucks Refresher, which is more like a summer drink, and this one tastes like strawberry and acai. So let's see if it's good. Quite refreshing. Doesn't taste very natural, to be honest. But I mean, that's expected, right? And this building dates back to the 17th century. It used to be a department store selling fabrics and textiles until it became a Starbucks in 2006. The ceiling motifs you see are from the 19th century, but the furniture has been recently designed in a way that keeps the authenticity of the space. Even though I couldn't really find any sort of like French drinks, I did find a few French snacks, like for example the croque monsieur. But to be honest, if I'm in Paris and I'm gonna have an overpriced croque monsieur, I'd rather go to a typical Parisian cafe and have the real deal instead of this average snack from Starbucks. My recommendation, if you're looking for a place to charge your phone, to work for a couple of hours on your laptop, and that is stunningly beautiful, I highly recommend coming here to Starbucks. But if you're looking for like good quality coffee, good quality food, I mean, you're in Paris. There's plenty of nice places out there to go to. If you want the real deal, just come to one of these places where they serve quality, fresh snacks. Any sort of boulangerie that you find in your neighborhood, just have a look to see the reviews, and I guarantee that the snacks in these places are going to be 1,000 times better than the snacks at Starbucks. And it's a little cheaper even. Okay, so I made a little mistake here. I have no idea why I confused this place with another place that I had on my list. So yes, I do recommend you to go to a traditional French bakery, but no, I don't recommend this specific place I was pointing at. For some reason, I ended up confusing the entrance of this place with the entrance of the place I was planning on going. So the bakery I was planning on recommending you guys to go to is called Boulangerie Joseph. The service was excellent, the food is amazing, and that's exactly where I went to get my French snack. Smells amazing. So good. Very generous amount of French cheese, French sausage, high quality French baguette. Just the baguette alone tastes amazing.